This mod is bonkers. Why do I say that? Find out right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to romrom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to It's a Mod world where we test different mods for different sims to see if they add to our enjoyment. When the team told me I was to drive a Mercedes A Class mod, I was a little bit miffed. I mean, we've tested small cars before and the Mini is one of your favorite videos after all, but I was hoping for something different. Of course, they did not tell me this mod was so extremely out of the ordinary as it turned out to be. Just look at the comments the mod makers from ACR have written in there. Max speed meh for the stock version, class death trap for the F1 version, and so on. Clearly, fun is the #1 goal when driving this triple feature of a mod, so let's see if I had fun, shall we? Before we do that though, remember that if you want to be informed about new videos, click subscribe and also click on the bell and become part of the ever-growing RomRom family. The mod has 3 different looks for the 3 versions it comes as: stock, drift and F1, and the interiors are different. Not very 3D, not very polished, but I think that was not a priority in this mod. Regard how the interior changes from the stock version to the drift version to the F1 version that also brings an F1 wheel with it. And the outside goes from vanilla to 1 wing to 2 wings. Of course. Motor's not there, boohoo, but what do you want to do? For a moment I was taken aback at how detailed the interior of the drift version was and had to check online if there's any real-life drifting configurations of this car. I didn't find any, but let me know if there is drifting in real life with the Mercedes A Class. A link would be most excellent. The attention to detail can, by the way, also be seen in the F1 version, which has curves. On the stock version of this mod I had issues when braking. The wheel started jerking to the right and it felt as if the programming of the wheel's reaction to the ABS went wrong. It was, on the other hand, something that only influenced driving on the stock version. The drifting and F1 version didn't have that issue at all. Because of that, the force feedback, especially in the stock version, feels unreal. I know, pining for realism in this mod might not be the best strategy after all. Talking about unrealistic, you really feel the downforce in the F1 version, whose brakes are very good. That's not to say this mod in the F1 version does not have limits, they are just exceedingly farther away from those of the stock version. The F1 version feels like an overblown car, which it is. So if I now say that in my opinion it's realistic, you'll see me as bonkers as this mod, right? Again, 3 versions of the sound for the 3 configurations, of course. There's even a sound you hear every time you change gears, like in a truck. I don't know if it's meant to be the turbo or the clutch, but I can tell you neither the motor sound nor the sound changing gears are normal, at least not in the A-Class Mercedes I know and I've driven, which is my mother's. Say, I should let her drive this when she visits next time. The motor of the stock version already sounds more like the one in a racing car, which I hope we can all agree is not what A-Class Mercedeses are primarily built for. This mod was great fun, especially the F1 configuration. The AI is well behaved in races, and as you can imagine, the races are as much silly fun as the mod is. The drift version is also great, but I'm not a good drifter, so I'd rather not show you any footage of my pitiful tries to drift around. The car clearly looks like an A-Class, and while the interiors are not very refined, the fact alone that ACR did 3 different interiors merits the 5 eyes out of 5 5 that I'm giving it. The sound is excellent, and for the stock and F1 versions it seems to be completely original, while the drift version sound stems from Kuno's Audi TT. Again, for the sound I'm giving this mod the max, which is 5 years out of 5. The driving feeling is overall good or even very good. PD about the strange behavior when braking in the stock version. As it is, I can only give it 4 wheels out of 5. This is a great mod, great fun and something out of the ordinary. I can recommend it for beginners up to experts, as you're not sitting in it for the realism but for the fun factor. And it's not surprising that it comes from ACR. You will definitely enjoy this mod. We're sure you'll also enjoy our other videos, so check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium. Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.